Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Merchant of Venice, and today we get to hear from Salarino, who is otherwise known as Salerio, because the names changed from Salerio and Salanio to Salerio and Salarino in between the folio and other versions of the play. So Salarino is a fellow merchant. We met him in the opening scene, and he's well respected in Venice. And he and the other guy, Salerio and Salanio, are talking. And this scene is a little bit of a weird sort of filler scene with some exposition of stuff that we don't actually get to see happen, but it's just because he wanted to break up a couple different suitors coming to see Portia. So the two of them are talking, and they're talking about how Bassanio has set sail and Graciana went with him. Lorenzo did not, but Shylock has become aware of the fact that his daughter has left and was like running through the street screaming, my daughter, who stole my daughter? And my daughter stole all this money. She stole all these ducats and these jewels, and how he was making such a fuss about it. And he got the Duke to run around and try to find out where Jessica was, sort of like getting the police involved. He got the Duke involved in trying to locate her. But since he is a Jewish man, the kids in the town have no empathy or mercy for him and are following him and laughing at him and mocking at him for the fact that he's missing his daughter and freaked out as to where his daughter is, because remember, she ran away while he was out at dinner with Bassanio. So that's going on. And then they're also like, I heard they turned that into a bit of fear and hesitation over Antonio's position, because remember, Antonio, if Antonio's ships don't come back so that he can pay back Shylock, Antonio's going to owe Shylock a pound of flesh. Like they signed this in writing. So they're like, with Shylock being so mad, he might push for that a little bit harder. And then they mention also that they've heard that there was a shipwreck, and they really, really hope that it wasn't one of Antonio's ships, because that puts him in a really precarious position. And Salino, so not Salarino, who we're going to hear from today, is like, you should tell Antonio about this, but, tell him gently, because it might make him a little crazy. And Salarino says, a kinder gentleman treads not the earth. I saw Bassanio and Antonio part. Bassanio told him he would make some speed of his return. He answered, do not so. Slubber not business for my sake, Bassanio, but stay the very riping of the time. And for the Jew's bond which he hath of me, let it not enter in your mind of love. Be merry, and employ your chiefest thought to courtship, and such fair ostents of love as shall conveniently become you there. And even there, his eye being big with tears, turning his face, he put his hand behind him, and with affection wondrous sensible, he wrung Bassanio's hand, and so they parted. So it's a sweet little bit of exposition about something that happened off stage. Salarino, or Salerio, is saying that he saw Antonio see Bassanio off as Bassanio was about to set sail, and Antonio was lovely about it. Apparently Bassanio was like, I'm going to try to come back as quick as I can so that I can pay you back and we can get this whole thing sorted. And Antonio was like, no, go woo Portia, take your time, spend the money on what you need to spend it on. Don't even worry about me or the bond that I owe to Shylock or anything like that. Just go and win your lady. And then he was like teary-eyed and wrung Bassanio's hand, like squeezed his hand before Bassanio left. And they're like, oh, that was really, really sweet. And they're like, I hope that everything turns out okay for Antonio. And that's basically the end of Act 2, Scene 8. It's a little filler scene where Salerio and Salanio give the audience some information. I guess maybe Shakespeare didn't want to detract from the other things that are going on by actually showing these bits. Like maybe he didn't want to write the scene of Shylock running through the street screaming, my daughter, my ducats, my jewels. And maybe he didn't want to write the scene between Bassanio and Antonio, like saying goodbye. He thought that would just be too long or too much or something like that. I don't know, could be. Or he just got lazy and decided that he was going to turn these two into a Greek chorus for a scene and have them just tell the audience stuff that happened to move the plot along a little bit. So yeah, those are the important bits. Shylock is currently very, very upset. Antonio is a lovely man, but he might be in a little bit of trouble because there's a possibility that one of his ships has been destroyed. So anyway, I will see you tomorrow for more when we get into Act 2, Scene 9, and we're back with Portia and some suitors, I believe, tomorrow. So that'll be fun. I'll see you then for that. Mwah.